Damn.
Alright guys, here we are, first mod on the new Can-am. Still brand new. Hasn't left the garage yet. Just did some stuff out in the garage, driveway and the road or whatever. If you guys haven't seen it already, you know, this is a 2019 Can-am XRS X3. So it's a 72 wide, 172 horse model. And I went with the Evo Shocker cat delete or cat bypass, whatever pipe. And this one comes with a switch that actuates this valve. So you can either be, you know, basically straight pipe, so it'd be just from the turbo, and then it'll dump here. And then otherwise you can hit the switch and it'll go through the stock muffler, but it'll still be a cat delete. Since the pipe completely deletes the cat, should be pretty easy install, but we'll bring you through each step and let you guys know how it goes. But yeah, I still want it to be quiet sometimes. You know, if I'm at a park that there's like a decibel limit or something, which actually one of the parks we ride at has that. So I mean, I could leave it closed if I want, or you know, there's a track here somewhat local to us that doesn't allow aftermarket exhaust. So kind of figured this is the best of both worlds. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Excited to hear how this sounds.
Okay, so we just warmed it up. So this is with 100% stock exhaust. So stock catted up pipe or down pipe, whatever you want to call it, with the stock muffler. Okay, so first step, according to the directions, we're going to pull this rear fascia off, and it's a T30 Torx. So
I think there's like 4 screws and then the whole thing comes off.
yeah, 4 or 5. There's one here, there's one here, there's one down here, here. I think there's 5.
Yeah.
And that should pop right off.
Alright, so after you get the fascia off, you're just supposed to pull these four springs off, holding the muffler to the cat pipe. And then there's 4 bolts and nuts, so they're through bolted right down here, holding the muffler on, and the whole thing should come off. So it says to use a spring removal tool or spring puller tool or whatever, but if you don't have one and you're like us, just some old channel locks will get undone. It wasn't too bad. Alright, so once you get the muffler off, there's just these 4 nuts and bolts that went through there, and you pull the whole thing right off the back of the cat pipe. Then next is the O2 sensor, which the plug for that is right here. It just quick connects out of there, and then you gotta pull the O2 sensor out, which is right up in there, right behind the shock. And it's a 22 millimeter, or if you don't have that like us, then it's a 7/8 wrench will fit on there. So we pulled off these 2 heat shields. They were just an 8 millimeter. There's these 2 hose clamps that held on those heat shields over there that go around the cat pipe. And then the next step is just to pull the flange off the turbo, holding the whole cat pipe onto the turbo. And that's a deep well 11 millimeter. Alright, so we got this pipe out, the cat pipe, and this clamp is kind of a bitch, ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it fought us. This machine has 2 miles on it, and it was already stuck.
Yeah, like the top of the clamp right here was like seized.
I mean, the whole clamp was at first. It took some persuasion to get it out, and that's interesting.
Yeah, we felt defeated, and it was kind of sad being said that thing's brand new. But, I mean, it is what it is. So good luck if you got like 2,000 miles on your rig. I'd presume it would be pretty hard. But who knows. Anyways, now it's time to install this bad boy.
Dude, check out this weld.
Alright, so we got the new one in there. We ended up pulling off this like main heat shield to get the new shocker in. It says you don't have to, but we messed with it for a couple minutes and kind of didn't really understand how you're supposed to get it through there. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't know. It was easy though, just to pull this whole heat shield off. So it's just these 2 bolts and these 2 bolts. And then we slid the shocker in, got the clamp started up there to hold it in place, and then we pulled off this one bracket off the heat shield so that way it could slide like through and back on, and then bolted it back up. So now we're just gonna throw the muffler on to hold it in place, like because right now we can adjust because it's just snug on the turbo, and we haven't put the clamp on or anything up front yet. So we'll put the muffler on to make sure it's in the right spot, and then we'll tighten everything down. And then it'll be on to the wiring. Alright, so here it is. It's all done and installed as far as the actual exhaust goes. Everything's tightened up, all the heat shields are back on, O2 sensors back in and hooked up. We just gotta throw this rear fascia back on, and then we'll move on to the wiring side of things. Overall, not too bad. Alright, so we let the excitement get the best of us on the wiring side of things. We pulled this passenger seat out, and then this side panel here, and then this side panel here, and there's like a power post right down here with three terminals, one hot, one negative, and then an accessory terminal which is like keyed power on. And you just hook up the positive and negative from the little fuse holder that comes with the Evo kit, you know, the wiring harness that goes to this switch here. You just hook the positive up to the accessories post, and then the negative up to the main negative, and that's all you do there. So it's pretty simple, and just put your side pieces back together. We routed our wiring up through here and knocked out one of these pre-punched things for the switches, and that's where we mounted our switch. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, that pretty much wraps up the install. Then we just threw in the passenger seat here and put the harnesses back together, and we're good to go. So we'll fire it up here and see how she sounds.
Do a little cold start on the Camaro, considering we like things loud. America. Nothing for the old Celica though. Need a fart can on this race machine. Okay, so we warmed it up quick without the shocker on. So this will be our first time hearing it. Hopefully we wired it all correctly. So it'll be stock exhaust with catless downpipe, and then obviously straight pipe with the shocker open. This is just catless. I think you can hear a little more turbo whistle. Now we'll go to the shocker. So this is shocker startup. It's loud. Blasted in the face. we did warm this up too, so if he gets on it, just know it is warm. Okay. Sounds so good. And it's awesome because if we're just cruising on some, you know, G trails or something at the parks, you know, the mild trails, we can just have it off and you can still talk, and at a flip of a switch, it's just rowdy. It barks, to say the least.
Damn, that thing is long.
So now it's closed. Obviously you can tell it's a lot quieter, so he'll do the same thing, a little flyby. So in the previous video we did a kind of a flyby too with the stock fully stock. So now it's just catless downpipe and with the stock muffler. We didn't touch nothing, it's not gutted or nothing, the spark arrestor's still in it. I mean, it seems like it got a little louder, but it's not crazy. So, what are your initial impressions?
I love it. That's so sick. And if you guys are new here, I came from a YXZ, which is probably one of the loudest machines you can have, especially with gear reduction. Mine had really, really loud, like, transmission whine, you know, so in the cab, I'm really used to the loud noises and stuff, but it's hard to tell just going on a road, but I mean, it's loud. There's no doubt about it. But that's the best thing about this exhaust is I can just flip the switch and, you know, and cruise for the day if I want. But
yeah, it'll be nice. So, you know, it's not like it'll get annoying or anything.
yeah, no.
You have that option.
Right. And if for some reason, you know, I'm riding at a park or something that I can't have it wide open exhaust like that, I could just flip the switch and go back to quiet stock, basically. I mean, it didn't really, it's hard to tell. Maybe with the clips back to back in the video we'll be able to tell, but
it sounds louder.
Does it?
It sounds actually pretty good with the stock exhaust still.
Huh.
It's pretty loud.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds super quiet compared to
yeah.
So it's really hard to tell, but maybe in the video you guys might have seen it more than, you know, we can tell now. But overall, I'm happy. I mean, really easy install. Only thing we really struggled with was that turbo flange, the clamp coming off.
Yeah, the V-band clamp on the turbo was just kind of stuck.
But which I hear is kind of a common thing. I gotta imagine it'd be hard with a lot of miles, like we said, but. Other than that, I mean, it seems like a really good product so far. Be sure to stick around, or you know, come back in a couple months or whatever, and you know, and stick around, and we'll talk about how it holds up and how we like it. If there's anything weird, like sticking with the butterfly valve thing or not, or you know, whatever. But I'm really happy. You know, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope it helped you out a little bit if you're interested, or you know, anything of that nature. Definitely a lot more X3 content, but we are getting back out riding. I know the garage stuff's probably boring you guys a little bit, but we're hoping to get out this weekend and go ride, so it should be a good time. Thanks for watching.
Yep, stay tuned. There's more X3 and whatever else we get ourselves into. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.